Being one of the best defensive midfielders in the world is no small feat, but there is a lot more to Casemiro than meets the eye. Let's uncover more details about his personal life, enviable relationship, and massive wealth. This is Casemiro's lifestyle. Carlos Enrique Casemiro was born on February 23, 1992 in São José dos Campos, Brazil. Born into a lower middle-class family, Casemiro had a difficult childhood which was compounded by the fact that he basically grew up without a father. When Casemiro was 5, his father, Servando, had a huge quarrel with his mom, stormed out of the house, and never came back. The Brazilian's mother, Magda Casemiro, had to raise the footballer and his 2 younger siblings, Bianca and Lucas, single-handedly. The Brazilian and his siblings received their early education in their mother's home. Like other kids in São Paulo, Casemiro took to football at a very young age, and in no time he joined São Paulo's youth program and became the captain at 11. At some point in his early career, when he was 7 or 8, Casemiro had to ask his teammates if they could allow him to sleep in their houses for him to be able to get a better night's sleep before a game. That's how tough things were for the São Paulo man. Casemiro eventually pulled through and remained at the club until he was 21. Casemiro made over 100 appearances for São Paulo, and following impressive performances, he was loaned to Real Madrid's Team B in 2013. Again, he showed his talent within a few appearances and earned a permanent 4.5-year deal in a transfer worth 18.7 million euros. The following season, Casemiro was loaned to FC Porto, where he made 41 appearances, scoring 4 goals, including a sensational free kick in a Champions League match. Madrid wasted no time in reactivating his buyback clause and extending his contract until 2021. After finding it hard to break into the team under Benitez, Casemiro became the first choice for Madrid under coach Zinedine Zidane in the 2015-16 season, and over the course for the next 6 years, he achieved what only a handful of players have ever done: 5 Champions League titles, 3 La Liga trophies, and a dozen other trophies in over 300 appearances for Madrid. During his time at Madrid, Casemiro evolved to become a brute force in front of the back line. His work rate was unparalleled, and even his technical side improved greatly, and he was able to distribute the ball intelligently after winning possession. Because of his tenacity and hard-tackling nature in the field, Casemiro earned the nickname The Tank. However, in August last year, Manchester United and Madrid agreed on a deal reportedly worth £60 million plus £10 million in add-ons for Casemiro to make the switch to the Premier League outfit, and since then, he has been a breath of fresh air for the Red Devils. On the international side, he has earned close to 70 caps for Brazil since making his debut in 2011, and he won the Copa America with his country in 2019. Despite having incredible success on the pitch, Casemiro's life outside football might surprise you. In 2011, while the Brazilian was still plying his trade with São Paulo, he met his significant other, Ana Mariana, who is 3 years older than him. Ana pursued a career in fashion and makeup after graduating with a bachelor's degree in business administration. With an Instagram following of almost 400K, she is already making her mark in the beauty industry. By 2014, the couple had tied the knot. The wedding was grand and was witnessed by their families, friends, and several of Casemiro's teammates. Ana and Casemiro are blessed with 2 adorable kids, their daughter Sarah, who they had in 2016, and their son Caio, whom they welcomed in 2021. But what does a normal day look like for Casemiro when he isn't sweating on the pitch? Casemiro is a family man. He's known to enjoy his time with his family, going on luxury vacations at any chance he gets. He takes his kids to theme parks and the loveliest places that money can buy. The former Real Madrid player loves refreshing dips in the pool on hot summer days, and he does some workouts to keep himself fit. However, it is important to note that the footballer doesn't let his personal life affect his career. His professionalism is worthy of emulation. Unlike many other South American players who get tattoos on their bodies at any chance they get, Casemiro doesn't seem disturbed by it, so you will be hard-pressed to find any ink on his skin. The exact location of Casemiro's residence remains undisclosed. His previous home in Spain was robbed on a Saturday in September 2019 during a game against Atletico Madrid. The incidents appeared to be premeditated. Although Casemiro's wife and daughter were present during the attack, they managed to escape and were unharmed. Casemiro added extra security to his place after his transfer to Manchester United. It was reported that the club helped him size up properties in the area. He initially stayed in a hotel, but he is expected to have settled down by now. The footballer possesses an array of top-of-the-line cars. He has flaunted his rides on a few occasions. Cars in his garage include an Audi RS7 equipped with a robust 4-liter V8 engine, twin turbocharged for maximum performance. The RS7 can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds and reach a top speed of 190 miles per hour. The defensive midfielder is also a proud owner of a Porsche Cayenne Turbo S worth over 115,000 euros. Casemiro owns an Audi Q7. The full-sized SUV is powered by a 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine that generates 335 horsepower and reaches a top speed of 130 miles per hour. But that's not all. A Range Rover SVR priced over 130,000 euros also sits pretty in his garage. Casemiro recently purchased a Rolls-Royce Black Badge and a Bentley Bentayga SUV for his wife, Ana Mariana, just before he joined the Brazilian football team for the World Cup in Qatar last year. The combined value of the two vehicles is said to be more than 493,000 euros. We are not surprised that Casemiro splashes excessive cash to buy luxury vehicles because he has the money. Here is his net worth. Casemiro's net worth is said to be around 60 million euros. He reportedly earns about 350,000 euros per week with a contract that expires in 2026 at Manchester United, making him among the highest earners in the club. Casemiro's net worth predominantly comes from his footballing career, and it's safe to say that he is one of the wealthiest footballers. But he also earns huge amounts of money from endorsements. Casemiro has been associated with the renowned sportswear brand Nike since 2015. He is also affiliated with HyperX. Being prudent with his wealth, the football established his own esports brand called Case Esports. With a fellowship of about 20 million on Instagram alone, Casemiro makes the most of his page through sponsored posts. Having had a difficult childhood, Casemiro is determined to help those in need. He is the new ambassador for Save the Children, a humanitarian aid organization that aims to improve the lives of children through better education, healthcare, and economic opportunities, and he has plenty of other ongoing charity works. Unlike many other footballers, Casemiro has been able to avoid many controversies off the pitch, although he recently came under fire after a footage of him showed the Manchester United midfielder stuffing something up Neymar's nostril during a free kick. Fans speculated that it could have been some sort of drug and requested that FIFA examine the pictures, but fortunately the case was genuine and it was only an ointment to facilitate breathing. Here is an interesting fact about the Brazilian. During his youth days with Sao Paulo, while struggling to overcome poverty and make a career out of football, a young Casemiro was diagnosed with hepatitis. The diagnosis took a toll on him, both mentally and physically. He lost a lot of weight, and at one point, he became too weak to train. For 3 months, Casemiro languished in pain and even thought about quitting the sport altogether. Fortunately for the Brazilian, he was able to recover and beat the disease. At 30 years old, with lots of experience on his hands, Casemiro is an absolute gem for any team, and with plenty left in the tank, we can expect a lot from him at Manchester United. Growing up poor and without a father, Casemiro was able to make a name for himself in the world of football through sheer will and persistence, and he definitely deserves all the good things that life has to offer.